Right, hi all. This is going to be a review on the Logitech Z-5500 sound system. So I'm just going to go straight into it and first of all tell you like proportions and size. What do you mean? This big? First of all, let's just take a piece of paper. This is an A4 sheet of paper, and I'm just going to show you the size of a speaker. So as you can see, yeah, basically almost a quarter of it. I just want to show you the size because like when you're buying things, okay, it shows you technical specifications, and I just want to compare that in comparison to my X540. So it's almost, as you can see, it is fatter and obviously wider, so it is much bigger. Yeah, I don't know if that shows much, but there you go. So yeah, that's the speakers, and obviously the speakers can be adjusted, although Logitech always have this problem, same with the X540. Now let's see if I can do this. Yeah, they only pivot in one direction, which is an absolute yeah, annoying bit of Logitech design. Basically, either they can be wall mounted, as you can see here, like that, or they would pivot and sit, well, like that, basically. Now, okay, that's the X540. These do exactly the same thing, however I've got one hand and one hand on the camera, therefore twisting something like this won't be possible. In terms of weight, you can feel these are much more heavier. I don't know how I can represent that. Unfortunately I don't have a scale which would show that, but these are heavier. I'm sometimes slightly worried that if I mounted this onto a wall, it would fall off somehow because it's quite heavy. Anyway, now back onto the speakers. These covers are actually, I thought they were metal or some sort of harder material, but they're just fabric or whatever it is made out of. So it's quite soft and it's quite furry. Anyway, yeah. So these are the speakers as they are raw, if you can say it like that. And look really nice. The good thing about these, and I know one of my best friends had a problem, is that someone came to their house and like an idiot they pressed this. Now Logitech were clever enough and were like, we're not going to design them like these ones, although they've got metal on them. Inside there is some sort of plasticish material, the things which go around the base, as you see. This is hard, right? It's not soft, and I'm not sure, I'm not going to be technical or anything, I'm not sure if that's because of, does it improve sound quality or anything, but I know as just a consumer, I'm not eating them, but as a customer, that they protect my sound quality, basically. So yeah, those are speakers. Now the woofer. Now you will realize that the sub is absolutely huge. Now I'm just going to give you a comparison. This is a Volvic 1.5 litre bottle, and it just shows you the size difference. Now you can see that. Now I'm going to put it like that. It's huge, basically. Just be wary to accommodate space for it. There you go. That's the size. Now I'm giving you all these sizes. I'm sure you can find on the Logitech website the technical specification, or on some forum or whatever, or some reviewer or whatever which is written. But you know, when I was looking for it, I just wanted something that could show me an actual representation instead of just figures, basically. So yeah, that's a sub, and so you obviously get 5.1. I mean, if you don't know that by now, you shouldn't be buying a sound system, basically. So you've got the middle, you've got the two front ones, and you've got the two rear ones there. Don't confuse it with these ones. These are X540 ones. You can see the difference, I guess. And you get this control panel. For people who are a bit more specific, as my cousin would say, it's called a decoder. Basically, this plugs into the sub, and all your speakers plug into the sub. Then that sub transfers all the things back into there. Yeah, don't ask me how that works. I have no idea either. Basically, just a fuckload of wires, as you can see. So yeah, now the control panel itself. See if I can get this a good view of it. Right, so here we go. We've got let's see if it's going to focus. No, I think this camera has problems focusing, and yep, it's not going to do it again. Right, it says here, it's that Dolby sign, and it says PL2 music. Now I can change this by pressing effect. 6-channel direct means all the speakers around here play at the same level. Stereo, that's only 2. Stereo times 2, it says, is the front and the back, but not the center. Again, Dolby PL2 movie plays the center really loud, but the sides really weak. I guess that's for a perfect surround sound. If you had like a home entertainment system, which you could well put this as, you'd put that on. But personally, I prefer Dolby Music. Now you might wonder why I prefer this. This plays it as a reduced level in comparison to 6-channel direct. However, this has different settings. Now it's got panorama, which to be honest I have no idea what it is. Obviously you can guess. Dimension, which means left or right. Like in a car sound system you get that. I've got center width. Now this is really clever. Basically N for narrow, W for, well, wide I guess. When it's narrow, it means that it only plays most of its music through the center. If it's wide, it goes out to the surround, which is really clever. Let's go back to that. Anyway, and then surround delay, which obviously it's self-explanatory. Basically, the rear speakers will play later than the front ones and the center one. Now the level, you've got subwoofer level. Logitech recommend the middle. Surround, that's the 2 back ones, by the way, not the front ones or the middle one. Surround, you've got center obviously, and volume as general. Back again, sorry about that. I cut out that bit of the video because I talked for too long and I couldn't shut up. And I was going to show you a difference between the Z-5500 and the X540, but the camera wouldn't pick up the sound difference, and they basically sounded the same. Now, in real terms, shall I say, the difference is your X540 will be as loud to cover this room, basically. However, the Z-5500 will be enough to go in your shower upstairs, take your shower whilst listening to your sound crystal clear, and feeling the bass whilst you're in the shower. Yeah, that's the difference, basically. That's a good description. And one shakes your house, one shakes your room. Shows the difference. So yeah, I'm not saying the X540 are bad, but they're nothing in comparison to these ones, trust me. So yeah, that's the difference. I showed you the control panel, the size and what those do, and the settings on this. And by the way, I didn't explain, but it says no settings for this effect for the 6-channel direct. That's why I choose the Dolby Music, basically. And one last thing is you'll get this quite nifty little remote. It says mute. Now, is it going to focus? No, not again. Okay. It says mute, power, and then its inputs, the different inputs: direct, optical, coax, effect, settings. There's a sub, plus and minus, center, plus and minus, surround, plus and minus. Actually, mute is down there, test is up here, and a volume. It's quite useful, you know. I'm sitting at the other end of the room, I'll pick it up perfectly. It's pretty good. So yeah, that's that. I doubt there's anything else. Obviously, you can put optical wires at the back of your control panel, and that's practically it. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I couldn't show you like a preview of the Logitech sound system, but if you want, check out my profile and you'll see basically it shaking the house at a stupid amount, basically. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and that's totally dubbed out. See you.